So here are some operators that you can use in numerical expressions in C. We have the plus sign for addition. We have the dash for both negative numbers and subtraction. We have the asterisk or the star for multiplication. The slash is actually used in two different ways as division operators. It's the float division operator, and it's also the integer whole number division operator. And then we also have the percent sign, which is the integer modulus or remainder division operator. So let's take a look at some of the division operators. The slash is the float division operator if at least one of the operands is float, and the result will be a float. So for example, in the expression 4.6 divided by 2, 4.6 is a float value, and that means that this slash is the float division operator, and we get a float value as a result, in this case 2.3. Now, if on the other hand both of the operands are integers, then the slash is the whole number division operator, and the result will be an integer. So for example, 7/2 has the value 3. The percent sign is the modulus or the remainder division operator. So again, if we divide 2 into 7, 2 goes into 7 3 times with a remainder of 1. So let's take a look at that. 2 goes into 7 3 times with the remainder of 1. So the 3, that's what we get out of the whole number division operator up here. 7/2 gives us 3. And then the modulus division operator gives us the result of 1, the remainder of 1. So let's take a look at some more division examples. So let's assume that you declare a float variable. So for example, here I've declared a variable num to be the type float, and then assign an expression to it as follows. Num gets the value of 7 divided by 2. Okay, so what would the value of num be? The value would be 3.0. So the way an assignment statement always works is that we get the result of the expression first. 7/2, both of those operands are integers, therefore that's the whole number division operator, and we're going to get the integer value 3 as a result. Then we take the integer value 3 and assign that to the variable num, which is float, so essentially it assigns like 3.0. It assigns the 3 as a float or a real number. Here's another example. What's the value of the expression 1/2? What is its type? The answer? The value is going to be 0, and it's an integer. So again, both of these operands are integers, so that's the whole number division operator. 2 goes into 1 0 times. So we get 0 as a result, and the type is integer. So be really, really careful when writing fractions in C. You write 1/2, you don't get half, you get 0 as a result. So you have to be really careful. Here's another example. What's the value of the expression 7/2 plus 1.0? 7/2 is again whole number division operator. 2 goes into 7 3 times, so we get 3 as a result. Then we take the 3 and add a real number 1.0 to it, so that becomes the real or a float number 4.0. Let's take a look at precedence and associativity. So in general, expressions are evaluated from left to right. That's the associativity, with the exception of the negation and assignment operators. So for example, if I said minus 4, okay, the minus 4 is going to take place first. So this is the exception. Negation is evaluated from right to left. So first we do minus 4, and then we get minus 4 to give us plus 4 as a result. So usually with other operators, they're evaluated from left to right, except for negation and assignment. Here are the operator precedence rules from the highest to the lowest for the operators that we've seen so far. So parentheses have the highest level of precedence, then negation, then all of the multiplication and division operators, then addition and subtraction, and finally assignment is the lowest level.